Hello and welcome to the Ingrain social media show. I am your host, Mandy Davis. We moved the set around a little bit today, kind of deal with some lighting coming in from the skylight, so I hope it's not too much of a distraction, but we're gonna roll with it anyway. I hope you guys all had such a great Christmas. It was last week. We're rolling into the new year and things are going to be changing in 2017. I've seen so much 2016 hate online, so I think some of you are ready to move on. Me, on the other hand, I had a great 2016. I'm really excited to move into 2017, and I want to talk to you about your goals for 2017 and how you can make 2017 such a great year. We're going to go over kind of what prevents us from reaching our goals and what the elements of good goals are, especially as they pertain to business and social media. There's three main things that hold people back from reaching their goals. There are many more things that hold people back, but there's three really big elements or life things that are standing in the way from you reaching your goals. And I think if you look back on goals that you've set before that you haven't reached, you'll be able to attribute them to one of these three things. So what are they? What is keeping us from reaching the goals that we so desperately want to reach, that we set year after year, that we're just not able to get to? Well, they're a lot more basic than you might think. So the number one thing standing in our way of reaching our goals is that our goals are simply too vague. We're setting goals that we can't reach. We're setting ourselves up for failure by setting goals that are just too vague. So think about that for a minute. What are some goals that maybe you've set that were just too vague? Weight loss is a big one. That's something that people usually strive for in the new year. I want to lose weight. Well, how much weight do you want to lose? How are you going to lose the weight? What are you going to do to lose it? And when it comes to business and social media, we can get stuck in setting goals that are too vague as well. Maybe we say, I want to post more to social media this year. I want to spend more time on Facebook. So think about what those look like. And since we're talking about goal setting, how can we set more specific goals? We're going to go through the elements of good goals in just a minute after we get through these. And I also want to tell you, I've put together a free resource for you guys. It is the Social Media Goals Guide that will also list the elements of a good goal and help you to set goals and follow up and measure them. So that'll be available on the website. I'll have that link here in just a little bit. The second thing that holds us back from reaching our goals is lacking a higher purpose with the goal. So what is the ultimate goal? Where do you ultimately want to get, and how is this one little goal going to help you get there? So I like to look at this as the long term. So what do we have? Where do we ultimately want to go? Like, what is our ultimate goal and how are we going to get there? And so then the goals that we're setting each year are setting us up to get there. So we're breaking it down into little pieces, little chunks, if you will, and things that we can celebrate and achieve along the way. So take your big goal. Maybe it's, I want to have 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I want to have a video every single week, and I want to be a celebrated business person in my field, and I want all of these things. So when we take those, that's our higher purpose. Our higher purpose is I want to be this industry celebrity that has all of these amazing things happening, and my business is going to be well known. Maybe that's your higher goal. And so breaking it down into smaller things that will help us get there are going to be our goals that we're going to focus on to get us to that higher purpose. So without having that higher purpose, without having a place that we want to go, it can be discouraging and we lack the motivation to do anything to get there. The third thing that really holds us back from our goals, and this is unfortunately way more prevalent, I think, than we even want to acknowledge or talk about, is negativity. So maybe that's our own self-talk, our own self-doubt, or maybe it's people in your life, your family, your friends, maybe your parents, maybe you have a negative spouse that are always just giving the chatter that you know is bringing you down or making you feel like you can't do something, or if you do, it's not going to be celebrated. It's not going to be enough. So the fear of not being enough and having that negativity or that like negative self-talk or the things that we tell ourselves, like, I can't do that. I mean, that person's better than I am and they could do it because they had all of this. That's so damaging. So finding ways to manage the negativity in our space. I think if you look back on a lot of your goals, you'll probably see that if you even set specific ones, maybe your goals were very specific and they had a higher purpose, but you didn't actually believe that you could achieve them. So reflecting on maybe why that was, why did you feel that way? What was the negativity? And then managing that as you go forward in your goal setting. So we're going to go through the 5 elements of a good goal. And so if you take the 3 things that you know are holding you back from goals, and then the 5 elements of what makes a good goal, it's going to give you a solid foundation to work with as you do your goal setting and goal planning for 2017, and really give you some things to look forward to in your business and in social media, because it's changing and things are way different today than they were even this time last year. So we're looking at things from a totally different perspective, and hopefully having some solid goals will help your business and your brand this year as you move forward throughout the year, and it'll give you a foundation for 2018. So if you look at it from terms of what can I do in 2017 to bolster myself in 2018, hopefully that will give you some motivation to really get going and to goal plan with some very solid foundation goals. The first element of a good goal is that it's specific. So we already discussed the fact that vague goals don't get us anywhere because they don't have any direction or any guidelines to them. So a specific goal is the opposite of that. It has direction, it has guidelines, it tells us where, when, how. So I want to post more to Facebook in 2017, maybe a goal for you for your business. So what does that look like? What days are you going to post to Facebook? What will you be posting? Do you have the content available? Will you need to create content? Are you going to share from other people? And how are you going to know that you did what you set out to do? So create the specifics of that. You can write it down on a piece of paper, create a spreadsheet, whatever works best for you, but get specific about it. On Monday, I'm going to post an inspirational quote. And on Wednesday, I'm going to post a link to a favorite article. And maybe on Friday, I'll do a live video. So getting as specific as you can about your goals will help you to achieve them. Also, you need to be able to measure your goals. So how will you know that you reached your goal or that you're on track to reaching them? They have to be measurable. With a goal that has specifics to it, you can look back on those. So I was going to post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can look back on that and see, yeah, I did in fact post, or maybe I didn't, maybe I only posted on Monday this week. So next week I need to do a little bit better. And again, you can have a spreadsheet for this that you keep track of when you actually did what you were going to do. And that'll keep you on track as you're going through each week and give you something to reflect on. So I encourage you to take some time each week, break it down into little things, and do your goal setting for the week, and also reflect on, did I meet my goals last week, and what am I going to do this week to make sure that I'm meeting those goals in a way that makes sense for me. The third element of a goal is that it's attainable. So are you setting goals that are attainable for you? This is so important. It is something that I think people really discount and maybe don't look at very objectively. So it's really important to pull yourself back, look at what your goals are objectively. Everybody would love to lose 30 pounds. I would kill to lose 30 pounds. That would be great. It may not be attainable to me. It might not be attainable to you. Maybe it is. But for each person, it's going to be something different. So making sure that you're setting goals that are attainable to you. There's something that you know that you're going to be able to take the steps to reach. You know that you're going to be able to arrange things around and that you're going to stick with, and that they're not so far out of range that you're setting yourself up for failure. So setting a goal like, I want to have a TLC show by the end of the year. I mean, that might not be an attainable goal. Maybe it is. Maybe you've been working really hard towards that and you have all the contacts and you've been doing the auditions and you're set up and you're ready for it. But if you're just starting out, maybe that's not an ideal goal. Maybe saying you're going to do a YouTube video once a week is more attainable than say 3 or 4 times a week. So just making sure that your goals are something that you know that you're going to be able to get to, and that you're really setting yourself up for success with that. In addition to being attainable, your goals also need to be relevant. So, I mean, I think it'd be pretty cool to be on TV. Might be pretty fun to have my own reality show. We're pretty funny people here. but it's not really relevant to my business or my life. So, I mean, you could bring cameras and put them all over my house and it might be funny and you might get a laugh because we're really sarcastic and we're really fun people, but it's not relevant to any place that I want to go. And that goes for you. So even in social media, your goals could be irrelevant. Maybe you've set a goal to be more active on LinkedIn. Well, if you don't have an audience on LinkedIn and if the people that you really need to be speaking to are actually on Instagram, that's not a very relevant goal. So we want to keep it relevant and keep it working for us, because our goals should be working for us and not us for our goals. And that will also help us to be motivated and stick with it along the way. Finally, our goals need to be time sensitive. We have to have a start and a stop to our goal. We have to know that we're keeping on track with it. I like to use the example of weekly. So something you can do each week. You could do something every 2 weeks, every month, whatever works for you. But having some kind of accountability in the timeline is really important. So setting goals in which there is a definitive date. So I do all of my YouTube videos are every Thursday. My podcast is every Thursday. That gives me a definitive timeline and time sensitivity to my goals. Each week I know that I have to have that done on a Thursday. If I don't, I feel like I'm not only disappointing myself, but I'm disappointing everybody that I made that promise to. So I hold you accountable, and accountability is so important in goal setting and getting us where we want to be in life. Without accountability, we just maybe aren't going to do anything because there's no reason to. There's nothing there holding our feet to the fire to do it. I hope as you look towards 2017, you can really take all of this information and reflect on what goals have I set before that I didn't reach, and which 3 of those reasons or combination of those 3 reasons did I not reach it? And how can I take the elements of a good goal and make it work for me so that I'm able to get where I want to be over the next year or few years, and kind of just create that roadmap. And it might require taking some time to sit down and really reflect and write things down, maybe journal a little bit or write out your goals on a piece of paper. I have put together the social media goals guide for you that's free on the website at ingrainedSocialMedia.com/reach your goals. I want you to have that. There's no commitment, no obligation. That's completely free for you to download. The link will also be down below in the About section with the description for the video. So I want to wish you guys all a happy new year. I hope 2017 treats you so well. I will continue to have a new video every Thursday. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified when we have new videos. They're all created and designed around helping you to find your voice and connect with people online. So wishing you all a happy new year. I can't wait to see you again next week in 2017. Bye.